What is Esther's experience, if there is any difference in experience, when she is allowing for others and when she's allowing for herself?
There can be no difference, but it is easier for her to release all resistance when she is allowing for others, because she prepares herself into complete alignment. And you know, the vibration of a question and the vibration of the answer are two different vibrations. And so while she can do it, she can sit with us. She has begun a new process where she sits and records on her iPhone her question, and then meditates and then records the answer. You just have to separate your moment when your question is active and your moment when your allowing is active. That's why she had such benefit with Jerry hanging around with her for all those years, because he was the question asker of the world, and we are the question answerers of the world. And Esther was just living happily ever after, just bipping along, letting it all blow and flow right through her. And then afterward, Jerry would explain to her what had happened.
Yes, leading up to this cruise, I have had a lot of questions summoned, as you can see. And then I stayed at this one Airbnb spot with the hosts, and there was this monster bus in their backyard. So I was like, this will be interesting to experience now with a little bit more Jerry, more of my awareness of Jerry this time around, even though I have never met him in physicality.
Oh, he's all over the place.
Yes, I could sense it yesterday and now, yes.
He cannot miss a moment of you.
Really good. Is there a difference in experiencing received source thought and thought that is generated by pleasure of observing?
It's very close to the same thing, because when you are in a mode of finding pleasure in your observation, you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on. So only you would know how much pleasure there really is. You can't fake it. You can't just say the words. You have to own it and mean it. And so the answer to that question all depends upon the realness of your pleasure factor. But don't work hard at this. Don't test yourself, because it flows so naturally. It flows naturally and easily for you. And don't get in a big hurry about it. In other words, when you get tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and you're in that receiving mode, as you so often are, just enjoy the fun of it. Esther uses words, she doesn't mean it's magic, because she knows it's not magic in the sense that it's a departure from reality, because she knows that what reality is, the reality that she understands, is that there are these universal laws that she understands, and she can tell by the way she feels when she is in vibrational alignment with the pure positive energy that is the whole of who she is. And when she can sustain that for a period of time, then she watches the cooperative components come forth in such abundance, sometimes several at the same time, and she just finds it amusing at how much the universe has to give her. And we always say to her, Esther, this is not a factor of how much the universe has to give you or anyone, because that's always been true of you and everyone. This is a function of how much in this moment you are allowing in. And that's practice. That's a muscle thing that you do with your mind. That's caring so much about how you feel that you tune yourself to it, and nothing less than feeling good will do. So it doesn't matter if the pleasurable feeling feels like interest or fun. It doesn't matter if it feels like appreciation or love, but you definitely know the difference between overwhelmment and frustration and resentment. And so once you get a handle on what emotions feel like and why they are present in any moment, and you are guiding your thoughts because you seek the confirming manifestation, let's call it what it is, manifestation of the emotional response to the vibrational harmony or lack thereof that you've accomplished with your inner being. Say that twice. Then you've got it going on. And most of all, love all of your emotions, because all of them are guidance and none of them are wrong. None of them are indications of unworthiness. All of them are you finding your balance, as you said to us, never-ending display of continual new contrasting components which inspire never-ending new desires from you. And you got to allow a new desire to not be as ready to receive as the ones that have been around for a while. Those that you've practiced alignment with, those are your go-to steadies. Keep those touchstones in your pocket and bring them out and play with them often, just for the pleasure of it. Sometimes when Esther is wanting to go to sleep at night and something is on her mind that is a little bit aggravating, she just moves furniture from place to place in her mind. She just changes furniture in all of the rooms. Upstairs goes downstairs and downstairs goes upstairs, and she knows right away how it looks and what it's like. She just finds that funny. She finds it interesting. She finds it pleasurable. Is it important? Yes, because it's pleasurable. Is it a big deal? Yes, because it's pleasurable. Yes. Does it change the world? Yes, because it's pleasurable. Because it's her practice of the receiving mode. It doesn't matter what your subject that puts you in the receiving mode is. It's being in the receiving mode that matters. Sometimes she'll get on a toot where she'll just have so much fun with something like that, and then she'll think, maybe there's something more meaningful I could do with my powerful thoughts. And then she'll think, nah.
Receiving, and absolute no need.
All right, now let's say that. We like the way you said that. We've been saying it's attraction. And now you're saying receiving. So let's call it receiving, attraction. In other words, you've practiced yourself into the receiving mode, and now what has happened to the power of your attraction? Now you've got that leverage of that energy that creates worlds that is attracting with you. That's when that feels like that magic. That's when everything in the immediate vicinity where you can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it and far beyond are lining up for you. Why? For your pleasure. Really, Abraham? For my pleasure? There's not a greater benefit? Need there be? Need there be a greater benefit? You can attract for others. You can show off for them, but a lot of times you get all tuned in, tapped in, receiving, and those who want what you're attracting, who don't have what you're attracting, are not taking that much pleasure from your attracting it. So don't do it for them, unless you're dancing with them. So, this is good conversation, isn't it?
So, thank you for this masterful co-creation.
Yeah. We're eager for the next hatching of the next stream of questions that will provide another stream of pleasurable responses, whether they come through this format or directly into your receiving mechanism.